What up? What up? What's going on, everyone? I just want to come on here to make a brief, quick video. You know how I do. My name is Joshua Tree for people who are new to the channel and for people who are coming back. Welcome back. Just a brief introduction for people who love to work with me. I am an energy worker, so I delved in different advanced energy healing modalities to help people release through energy work. I'm also had just became a recent breath worker facilitator. I got certified as a breath worker facilitator. I am offering that as well. If you're located near New Orleans, Louisiana area, please reach out to me and we can actually do some work together to help you release deeply conflicted emotions. And I also do consultations to help people with their spiritual journey, or if you need mental clarity, or if you need deeper understandings about your subconscious mind and how to rid some of the emotional blockages that are stored in the subconscious mind. And of course I teach, which is my heart. And that's what I'm doing right now, is teaching you guys some downloads actually. So without a further dizzy do, shout out to Astro Finesse. I always use that dude's line. This thing's a dope ass line. This video I think will be titled, what does it mean when we say Jesus grabbed the wheel, right? So I just want to play around with this concept for a little while. So we're just going to go straight into it, you know what I'm saying? So when we talk about Jesus grabbed the wheel, right? I want to put a little bit of insight into what that really means, and in a more spiritual perspective. So when we say Jesus grabbed the wheel, what we're really referring to is letting go of all things that we cannot control, letting go of the future, letting go of attachments, letting go of beliefs, belief systems, ideas, perspectives, things that are hindering us, that we think that we need to hold on to in order to make it or to prosper or to evolve in life. So when we talk about Jesus grabbed the wheel, right? And that's just side note, right? For some people who do believe in Jesus, because I know a lot of people don't believe in Jesus. People have different deities or gods that they worship. So I want to just give a little bit of respect to, you know, that in terms of like what people identify with in terms of their religious beliefs and things like that. So let's just say, to keep it more neutral, whatever it is that you believe in, right? This higher source, this higher being, this higher consciousness. When we say Jesus grabbed the wheel, we're referring to this higher consciousness. And we also have to understand something about this higher consciousness, is that it doesn't operate the way that we think that it operates. And what I mean by that is that a lot of the times, or let's say the vast majority of times, we have this idea that we can control every single thing that we constantly come into contact with. And don't get it twisted. It's some things in life you can control, but there's some things in life you cannot control. And so we talk about Jesus grabbing the wheel, right? Let me paint an analogy. We're talking about you being in the front driver's seat and you no longer realizing that you do not have control of the steering wheel. The only thing that you truly have control over is how fast you're going and how slow you're going. Meaning, you can put your feet on the gas pedal and you can take your feet off the gas pedal and go slower. That's the only two things that you have control over in terms of your journey, in terms of things that you experience. What I mean by that is that if you're having an experience and if you're constantly thinking through the idea of free will, we're going to try to get into that a little bit, right? The idea of free will, that you have the free will to do whatever you please. And in that free will, the essence of free will, you have control over every circumstance or every outcome or every experience. That's an illusion. We do not have free will. What we do have is a little bit of control. That little bit of control that we have, like I said, use an analogy, is how fast you are going towards a particular experience that you need to have, or how slow you're going. So in other words, when we say Jesus grabbed the wheel, what we're really saying is, I give the fuck up. I'm done trying to figure this shit out. I'm done trying to figure out how to rationalize it, how to make it more logical. I'm done trying to go from A to B. I'm tired of the mental exhaustion. I'm tired of the mental burnouts. I'm tired of trying to figure all this shit out. I'm done. I don't want to know how to do this shit anymore. I need something else greater to come in and to intercept and bring me to a higher place or to a better place that I'm looking forward to going to. And so when we say Jesus grabbed the wheel, what we're saying is we're surrendering to this higher source, this higher intelligence, and allow that to be what guides us. So just imagine that you're in a car, and this is where you take the hands off the steering wheel and you put the car in cruise control, let's just say, and you allow the car to guide you or to dictate your direction in life. And the only thing that you have quote unquote control over is how fast you're driving that car. You can get to your destination very slow, or you get to your destination very fast. And as a side note, we know that there's no such thing as destination. But this, in the sake of this context and what we're referring to, let's just say it's a destination that you're going to. So let's just say this. I stay in New Orleans, right? I'm near New Orleans area. Say my destination is Houston, right? Houston's like 5 hours away. And let's just say that, let's use that, right? So use that context. We're heading to Houston. That's the destination. Let's change Houston and say that your goal in life is to become a great spiritual leader. That's your goal, right? That's Houston, right? So your goal, your destination is to become a spiritual leader. So you got to go through many challenges. You got to, know how to maneuver. You got to have discernment to know what decisions to make and what decisions to not make, et cetera, et cetera. So as you're going through this journey, as you're driving up I-10, heading to Houston, aka taking the journey towards becoming a spiritual leader, you're going to have a lot of pit stops, a lot of roadblocks, a lot of detours, a lot of things that are going to potentially take you off your route, to the point where you're going to take a lot of side routes just to get to Houston, aka just to get to becoming a spiritual leader. You get to the point where you're like, yo, I'm burnt the fuck out. I don't know what direction to take. I go this way and it seems like it's taking so much longer. I go this way and it seems like it's taking so much longer. I don't know which way to go. This is where you stop trying to figure the shit out logically, and you allow this higher source, this higher intelligence to come in, and you allow that to guide you. But the reason why we can't allow that to guide us, because we don't have trust. And if you don't have trust, because think about it, right? You're driving the steering wheel. When you tell someone to take their hands off the steering wheel, that means you need to have trust, because now you don't know what's going to happen. You don't have control. Not having control is very scary. It's just like driving a car. If you take your hands off the steering wheel for a long extended amount of time, what can potentially happen? You can crash, you can run into somebody, you can get into an accident. But in a reference of what we're referring to, what we're talking about, is that when you do let go of this steering wheel, you are trusting something higher than yourself to guide you to the place that you really want to go in your heart. So the only thing that can stop this journey towards this particular goal is you pressing the brakes, or you continuously pressing the gas pedal, or keeping your foot on the gas pedal. What does that look like? Let's break that down for a minute. What does that look like? The only reason why you will stop the journey or press the gas pedal is because of fear, stress, being emotionally overwhelmed, not trusting the journey, not knowing if this is what you're supposed to be doing, indecisiveness, trying to figure it out, get stuck in perfection, get stuck in stagnation. This is when you press the brakes, like, you know what? I don't know if I want to go through this. I don't know if I want to go through this journey. I don't know if I want to continue this path, because it just seems like it's so much. This is where your willpower, quote unquote, right, comes in. This is where your willpower comes in, not free will. It's a difference. Your willpower comes in, and this is where you continue the journey. You continue to progress. You continue to evolve regardless of what circumstances, events, experiences that are happening along the journey. If you're in a car and you're constantly having rain poured on you, you have a hailstorm coming in, you have ice storm coming in, you got the roads are real slick, you got a constant congested traffic, You're constantly running into deers and you got to dodge the deers, and you're constantly having bugs being splattered all on the windshield. Now you can't see. You keep running out of gas, so you got to keep getting gas. All these external experiences that we having is teaching us something about ourselves. And when we look at it that way, we embrace the challenges, we embrace the experiences, and we allow these things to transform us while we're driving our car. So once again, the reason why you press that brake pedal is because it's too much for you to handle. You're moving too fast according to how you view things, your perception. You might be going 50 miles an hour. You might say that's too fast. And that's cool. If it's too fast for you, slow it down some. But don't get to the point where you get to 0 miles per hour where you completely stop the journey altogether because it's too much for you to handle. So the only thing that you have control over is how fast you're going and how slow you're going. So if you press that brake pedal because you're going 75 miles an hour because you're just taking in too much and it's too much stimulation for you, let's just say, then you can slow it down some. You can slow that gas pedal down some. That's what you got control over, that you're slowing it down some so you can process things, so you can integrate things, so things can happen more harmonious for you. You got to figure out your own pace. When you pay attention to the turtle versus the hare, the turtle moved at its own pace, and you pay attention to that mythology, the turtle actually won the race. How does a turtle win against a hare that is moving at 100 miles per hour, and the turtle's probably moving at 7 miles per hour, and the hare, the bunny rabbit, lost, and the turtle won? So that goes to show you right then and there, this is not a fast game. This is not a Fast and Furious Paul Walker scenario. This is you walking the way you walk, you talk the way you talk, and you move at the pace that you choose to move at, that creates harmonious and balance for you. And when you start to build up that energy, aka build up that speed that you can maintain, then you can press the gas pedal a little bit more and go a little bit more further or go a little bit more faster. That's the only thing you have control over. We say this shit all the time. We are having a we are co-creating with spirit. We are co-creating with life. So that sounds like it takes two, not one, two. You're co-creating with life. This is life. And you come into the picture and y'all having a dance together. Y'all having a dance together. So what we like to do, or let's say what the ego loves to do, is try to convince you that you can do all this shit all by yourself, that we are individuals and we can do it all by ourselves. And so we completely neglect the spirit and how the spirit chooses to operate, or how the spirit chooses to relate to us, right? And so you have to understand that you are not controlling that steering wheel. I can't tell you guys how many times I've been on this journey that I've been on for a very long time, how I've been making all these decisions and this and that and this and that. Now I'm in a place of flow where I'm just allowing things to reveal themselves to me. And I'm moving in such a way where it is not understood in a traditional sense of how you should move. I don't move off of humanity, societal standards and pressures. I move off how my spirit tells me to move, how my spirit guides me to move. And so once I started to do that, I started to realize the flow naturally that I have inside of me that's bringing me to my goals and bringing me to my road to success, right? And so just to recap, when we say Jesus grabbed the wheel, what we're really saying is let go and surrender to a higher energy, a higher source, a higher vibration, a higher consciousness. And allow that to be what guides you through your journey to greatness, or your journey to being whatever it is that you want to be. AKA, you find yourself in Houston. You finally get to Houston. You finally reach that goal. And understand that the only thing that you have control over, the only thing that you can, let's say, rhythmically, I can't say it. The only thing that you have in terms of rhythm, right, in this dance with life is the brakes and the gas pedal. this is a two-step. So if you're dancing with life, you only got two steps. You only got two steps. That's all you got to do. You just got to just keep two-stepping. That's it. Just keep two-stepping. That's all you got to do. Just keep two-stepping. Life is going to do everything else. Life is going to twirl you around. Life is going to spin you around. Life is going to bend you back. Life is going to throw you out to the abyss and then make you come right back like a fishing rod. Life is going to tell you to turn this way and turn that way. Life is going to do all kind of shit. All your dance moves require two things: gas pedal and the brake pedal. It's a two-step process. All you're doing is this. This is all you're doing. You can't even see what I'm doing because I'm sitting down, but it's all you're doing. It's a two-step process. That's all you're doing. So Jesus grabbed the wheel concept is a surrender practice. You have to get into a practice. If you're listening to this right now, don't get into the mindset of, okay, I got it. I understand what he's saying. That was a dope video, very inspirational. Let me go ahead and just carry that, and you marinate on it. No. Don't get so fixated on marinating on thoughts and getting fixated on marinating on particular perceptions, different perceptions and perspectives. You need to practice the shit. So what I'm telling you right now is, once you have gotten the seed planted inside of you, I need you to water it with your actions. So when you water it with your actions, you actually start to see the shit that I'm talking about come into your life. So instead of constantly trying to figure shit out, tell yourself, I don't fucking know what to do. That goes against everything you've been told what to do, because you have to have certainty in everything. You got to know the plan. And as a man, you got to know what to do. Yeah, some of that shit matters in certain contexts. But what we're talking about is completely letting go of something that you really don't know how it's going to unfold. You have an idea. You have a vision. But even vision and visualization is still a limited aspect. I'm talking about going beyond all that shit. I'm talking about you tapping into something that is so much greater than you can fucking fathom and allowing that to guide you. I think I'm done. I think my message has been completed. Yep, I'm done. So on that note, I'm gonna let y'all go. If you resonate with this video, please send a fire emoji, something. Let me know that you're resonating. Please hit that subscribe button, because we growing, baby. That's all we doing around here is growing. And so I would love for you guys to grow with me. And on that note, peace.